Hey guys, Jim Chester here. I have Monika Buerger here with me, and she was up on stage. When did you talk? Yesterday or today?
This morning.
This morning,
8:30,
awesome.
baby.
I'm sure everybody was in there, right?
And it was a packed house, actually. Yeah. What do you expect at Cairo Fest?
I know, right?
If you're not here, you should be here, actually. Right?
Always. Well, today we have an opportunity to talk with Dr. Monika. She's doing some amazing things in the chiropractic space. I had a chance to meet you at the WDC event down in Orlando last year.
Another awesome event, right? Yep.
So tell us a little bit about why you come out here to ChiroFest. You say that people come out to see people speak early, they stay late, but why do people come here?
They're chiro junkies, and it's one of the best events in the chiropractic profession. So really, I speak all over the place, and this is hands down one of the best. If you've never been, you need to be here next year.
Yeah, exactly. And before I get into this interview with you, I just want to thank you to Local Gold, who's above my head. And I'll thank my team, because I can't do any of this without them. So thank you, all the Chiro Hustle team members. All of you guys make this happen, and I can't do it all. But that's one of the things I have to do, is I have to get more contribution to where we can amplify this message bigger.
Absolutely, because now is the time. Now more than ever, the world needs us, especially those little fiddle farts.
Yeah.
The little ones.
And I know that that's something we're going to talk about today. And why is it so important to really make sure that kids have access to chiropractic?
Oh my gosh. Do we have 3 hours or we have 3 minutes? What do we got?
You got 30. You can have all day.
Here's the deal, is never before in the history have human beings, especially these little fiddle farts, been under so much of a toxic load. And when we talk toxins, we talk subluxations, we talk trauma, toxins, thoughts, technology, and it really is hampering their neuroplastic development. We talk about, or at least this morning, I talked about the first 1,000 days. The first 1,000 days of life, that's in utero development, fetal development, and the first 2 years, is what we call the critical windows of time. And this is when we are laying down the landscape for the entire life of that human being. And chiropractic is where we can change that landscape, or at least foster that landscape to grow as healthy as possible.
Well, it's like I grew up in Iowa, and something that we have to do there every year is we have to mature, and we have to get the soil right to put crops in the ground. Mm-hmm. And I think that that's a lot with especially when you bring a new person into this world, is you have to cultivate, and you have to nurture, and you have to mature, and you have to really pay attention to that early seed to make sure it prospers into the right developmental stages.
Absolutely. And between genes and the environment, that's where we create our neuro expression. So we have this opportunity as chiropractors to feed the right input into the brain, and with that right input, we can wire the brain for life. And wiring the brain for life lays a landscape. This is what we call the neurobiology of disease. So all our diseases that we know of, our neurodegenerative diseases, our Alzheimer's, our psychiatric illnesses, all of that is laid down in those first 1,000 days. So that's where we rock.
And I know that a lot of times people are like, well, it's only about pain, and that's what chiropractors do. But let's talk about the other big idea word, which is brain.
I said that today. I said my mantra now, it's brain care, not pain care. So it's really brain-based chiropractic, brain-based vitalistic chiropractic. That's where it's at. And so that's so much of what my message is now on the road, is brain-based vitalistic chiropractic, how that sets the tone for the entire neurophysiology of that human being for life.
And I always tell people this, and you probably agree, and I'm sure you will, is it's easier to make healthy children than fix broken adults.
Yeah, absolutely. That's one of the biggest sayings in chiropractic, right? So if we start, actually, I have a new program out, and I call it Developing Minds. It's really preconception care through the first 5 years of life. Because if we can get those under care preconception and set the tone, that's where we're going to be able to turn the tide, and turn these numbers around.
Well, what breaks my heart is I'm out there on the front lines, and I'm doing these marketing events, and I'm saying to these mamas when they're walking by me, let us help you. Just come in so we can get you an exam and see if we can help you have a quicker delivery time. And I'm actually pleading to these women that are walking by that are pregos, and I'm saying, just please come over here and talk to me so I can help you out, because I know you'll have a quicker delivery time. I know you'll have a healthier pregnancy. I know you have a healthier little one when they come out. And just come over and just let us check you out, please.
Absolutely. Well, we have studies, this was, 10, 15 years ago, where an elective C-section increased the risk of the offspring being later diagnosed with autism by 21%. And just another recent study came out this week, I believe, and with the same kind of analysis that a higher risk of autism, ADD, ADHD, learning neurodevelopmental disorders with a C-section. And there's many reasons around that, one being it is increased of subluxations, the microbiome. There's a lot about that. But you're right. We need to get those mamas in, earlier the better.
So I didn't prep her for this question, but I'm going to throw a big missile over here, see if she can catch it. Why do we see this happening globally, where they're saying that we don't want to be able to let chiropractors adjust babies?
Oh, boy, that's a big kahuna of worms. I really think, coming from a past life where I was actually anti-chiropractic, believe it or not, it's ignorance. So I think a lot of it is ignorance. Perhaps I think it's multifactorial: ignorance, power struggle, and those that don't have that conviction and belief within our own profession, those that are making these rules and these laws. And so I think it's better. And one of my mantras now is, alone we can make a difference, but together we can make change. If we can stand together and we can talk and on the same level in regards to brain-based neuroplastic chiropractic, and show them that it's much more than pain, that's where hopefully we'll make some headway.
And, I appreciate you sharing with me so openly there. And one of the things when I meet people and I'm out there doing the work that I do, that I've excelled in for the past couple years
awesome.
here, I tell people all the time, I show them the Merrick chart, and I say, do you see this up top? I go, that's the brain. Yeah, you understand that. And I go, you see this, what's happening down here? And they're like, yeah, that looks like the spine. I go, yeah, you're exactly right. And I go, do you know how many spinal joints you have? They're like, no. I'm like, well, you got 24. You got 7 up there, 12 there. If you got 12 ribs, that's where those go. And I go, you got 5 on the low part, which we call the lumbar. So I go, this is just quick 101 for you. There's cervical, 7. You got thoracic, 12, and you got lumbar, 5. And I go, this is how, the spinal cord is built. But do you see what's over here? They're like, oh, yeah, it looks like my heart. I go, well, yeah, but do you know that these nerves that are coming out of your spine are going right to there, and then they're going right to there, and they're going right to there, and especially when there's a guy that's over there and he has his lady with him, and he's suffering from LBP, low back pain. I go, do you know where that's going to?
The big parts.
And I go, maybe if you came in and got checked, we could help you with that. Wink, wink.
Yeah.
And she's like, please sign up. So I tell them that the reason that the spinal cord is organized with organs is because the organ system is supposed to be organized, and if there's disorganization coming down the spinal cord, then those organ systems are going to be disorganized, which causes disease and dysfunction and decay.
Man, you're awesome. Boom.
But that's why it's so important to build the truth of chiropractic from the streets.
Absolutely.
And that's where I go. I go to the streets. I go right out to the communities. I go toe-to-toe with reality with these people. And they're like what you said to me right before you're talking to me. You're like, do you believe in chiropractic? And what did I say?
You say, I actually couldn't hear you very well because I was in the back behind him adjusting them. But chiropractic's not a belief system.
Yep.
It's a science, art, and philosophy of changing lives. Something to that effect.
And I said, there's other things like Easter Bunny and Santa Claus that are belief systems.
Right.
I go, chiropractic is a healing art.
It is. It is a vitalistic healing art.
And I go, chiropractors go to school for how long?
Oh, we go to school. Well, I went a little bit longer because of my undergrad degrees, but you're going to school 4 years at least.
Well, I tell people chiropractors go to school for at least 7 years to become a doctor, and that they get their fundamentals in science biology and some type of a science arts program, and then they go into graduate school, which is their 3 to 4 year doctorate program of chiropractic. And I go, toe-to-toe, chiropractors are doctors, okay? So when you bring your kids in here, we're not going to be guessing with their health.
Oh, absolutely not. Right.
And that's what
Yeah,
I tell
you're
people. We don't want to guess with your health. So when you come in and see us, we're going to do a full exam, consultation, health history, and then we're going to tell you what we found, how much concern there's. We're going to tell you how we can help you. How awesome is that? High five. And then we bring them in, I say, and then there's no strings attached for further care, but I guarantee you one thing. You're going to like us.
You're going to like us. And you're going to get better.
So I love the fact that we could just like riff so easily with each other and talk about this beautiful profession of chiropractic. Big question for you now. What's next for you?
Oh, well, we're launching our Developing Minds program. It is the only certification program in functional neurodevelopment. It's online. It's an online program. It's a mentoring and certification program, and it is I must say, it's 30 years of my professional career rolled into one hell of a program with some amazing guest presenters in it. Nicole Lindsay, Heidi Hovick, just some amazing guest presenters, so we can tie it all together to make you as successful as possible and to save more lives as possible.
Well, that's such a beautiful thing. And if people want to do that, where do you send them for a website?
You can go to, the easiest one is intersect4life.com. So INTERSECT4life.com. And you'll see our Developing Minds program and all the other programs we have on there.
And will you put that web address into the comments of this live?
I can do that for you. Yes, sir.
Awesome. Well, I just want to thank Dr. Monika for being here with me. You're absolutely
You're awesome, buddy.
You're such a gem.
You're a chiropractor. You are. I wish all chiropractors could talk chiropractic like you do.
Well, it's only because of years of service, and I told you before we jumped on here, it's my anniversary of 10 years in the profession.
Anniversary. That's awesome. Congratulations.
Well, it's been an honor, and I think that there's a reason why I keep showing up, because I know that people need this, and I wanted to get in the game before everybody took it over. And now I know that we're making a difference together. And I know that Chiro Hustle, the reason that so many people listen to it is because all we do is deliver the truth. We keep free speech alive and well in this beautiful profession of chiropractic.
That's great.
And we keep delivering the goods.
That's right. Keep delivering, baby. You're awesome.
All right. Well, I'm going to close out by saying
guys.
thank you to
Thanks,
Dr. Paul for
guys.
bringing us all together.
Yes.
And you guys are just one story away. Keep hustling. We'll see you on the next one.